Howdy folks, it's Nito with AP 2020 Outdoors. I voted today. Have you? Remember, support our Second Amendment rights. Go out and vote. Let's get a red wave today. Check this out. Pretty sweet. This is a Remington model 510 Targetmaster. It's actually a 510P. P is in Papa. It's got the peep sight. This rifle I acquired from my gunsmith. If you know anything about Remington bolt action rifles, in fact, my first one I ever received in the 1970s, I think it was like 1974, I was 12 years old. I got a Remington 581 bolt action rifle. It was a magazine fed. Actually, back then, they actually called them clips, believe it or not. So let's look at this rifle in detail. It's got a feed ramp right there, or feed tray. So obviously we're going to check, make sure it's empty. Now it's interesting to actually take the bolt out. You loosen the rear peep sight screw. Okay, it's kind of tricky. Put it on fire, pull the trigger back, hold it back, and then the bolt releases. Just like that. This is pretty ingenious. The rear peep, in fact, I have done some history on the 510P. You rarely find these 510Ps anymore. The peep sight version, pretty ingenious. And then what else is cool is that these three screws have different aperture diameters. So you can choose depending on which one suits your needs. Pretty interesting. Okay, now to put the bolt back in, you just reverse your process. Want to pull the trigger. Put safety back on safe, and you're good to go. Then just bring your peep down. So if we look at the peep sight adjustment, I don't know if you guys can see those graduations there, but that's how you actually change your elevation. So you just want to take note of where you had that zeroed for a specific range, and then tighten down your peep. Just like that. That's pretty cool. Another cool feature, there's your cocking indicator. Actually, when these were new from the factory, those had some red paint on them. Okay, so when I was doing some more history on the Remington 510 Targetmasters, gun control manufacturers were not required to put serial numbers on their rifles or guns or handguns, shotguns, any firearm. Back in the day, Remington would stamp, they would actually put 3 alpha characters, 3 letters. In this case, it is Bravo Tango Tango, that's BTT. And I looked up the Remington date manufacturer list, and B stands for January, TT stands for 1948. So this 22 510 Targetmaster is 70 years old. Actually coming up on 71 years old. That's pretty awesome. You know, the other thing I noticed that you rarely see this white butt pad. I'm not sure what the material, I don't know if this is ivory. It's pretty awesome. It could be some type of synthetic material, not sure. So I checked out the rifle over. The bore looks pretty awesome. Whoever owned this took great care of it. I'm shooting Wolf Match 22 long rifle. Oh, nice. In fact, I checked the trigger. It's 4 pounds 2 ounces. This is what I was telling you about. You could just drop it right in the feed, and it just feeds perfectly. The other thing, every time you cock it, it goes automatically on safety. Nice. One thing I like is this forearm. Actually, I've been kind of practicing putting my index finger over the end. I'm getting pretty good purchase. Safety. Couple more shots. One more. Pretty nice. Get my earplugs out here. Alright folks, it's Nito with AP 2020 Outdoors. You know, it's pretty awesome, man. I don't know what it is. I'm starting to collect these 22 rifles. This thing is pretty sweet. You know, it's lost the majority of its bluing. I mean, my gosh, it's 70 years old. But other than that, I mean, it almost looks like a stainless steel rifle. It's pretty awesome. Gotta love it. Alright folks, it's Nito with AP 2020 Outdoors. Remember, support our Second Amendment rights. We'll see y'all later.